Welcome to Sun City News. I'm your host, Norma Taylor, and here are some of the stories we're covering for this week's news show. Georgia Lash attended the Sun City Veterans Day celebration. The Sun City Car Club gets a prestigious award, and later in the program we report on the recent NRC meeting. Those stories and more coming up. Sun City News starts now.
This is Sun City News, with our news team bringing you stories from Sun City and the Low Country, taking the lead with entertainment news. And on deck is our sports report. Sun City News, from people you know, about people you know. This week's SCTV News starts now.
A crowd filled Magnolia Hall for the Sun City Veterans Day ceremonies. Patriotism abounded with marching, music, and a moving presentation by the featured speaker, retired Marine Corps Sergeant Major Rob Bechtold.
Sergeant Major Bechtold, you've had a long career in the Marines, and we so thank you for your service to our country. But I think it's interesting because you've also been involved with youth, today's youth, our new generation. We could say our future veterans, and that's been the theme of today's program. When you look at our generations, what distinctions do you see as to how serving our country is perceived?
Sure. I think now we're having a challenging time in our recruiting world, trying to gain and fill our ranks completely. I think there's a number of different reasons for that. But I think what's more important to recognize is that I don't know that I see much of a distinction in our veterans. I remember a time sitting with the Korean War veterans of Savannah as a young first sergeant and sitting in a circle and thinking about how similar our language is, how similar our stories were, how similar our families supported us. So I think maybe the poolee looks different, but I don't know that the veteran looks that much different.
I think that's a beautiful way to put it, and I think a very reassuring way. Now, I have to ask, when you look back at your days, you said as a young man you sat with the Korean War veterans. When you were there that first week in camp as a Marine, did you consider yourself a future veteran? Could you see and project that far into the future? And if so, what motivated you? And as you look back, what are you most proud of?
I think I did recognize myself as a future veteran. My grandfather and my uncle were both extremely positive in my upbringing, and one was a World War II veteran that served in the island hopping campaign, my grandfather, and my uncle on the European side. And it was through them and their bickering often about who had it harder that I recognized that it was a community that I'd want to serve in.
And thank you for, again, doing that. Now, what structures need to be in place? What support systems do we need to have in place that are going to be critical for uplifting these future veterans?
Sure. For the future veteran, I just don't want us to take our eye off the ball. We often serve veterans very well through times of war when money's flowing in, but it seems as though when we're away from a wartime environment, we're in a peacetime environment, we lose focus on the support that they need. I think we've done a fantastic job as a nation in ensuring that doesn't happen post 9/11 veterans, and so I think we just need to continue to support.
Well, thank you for helping us secure our future. You're working with the training as a training officer with the Marines, and you're seeing quite a healthy, hearty group coming in.
I am, and I'll mention that today. But each week I see, a couple of hundred Marine men and women cross the parade deck, and they share the same legacy, the same pride. It was my son just a few weeks ago, who's now a fourth generation. So his motivation, his pride, and his dedication to service is just the same as the rest of us.
This is a day of celebration, and I think your words have made that even more so. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Car Club President Dale Luke was in our studio for their club's big announcement as Regional Car Club of the Year. Our SCTV crew followed that up with a visit with the membership to celebrate.
The Sun City Car Club has created a culture of energetic automotive enthusiasm here in our neighborhood, and with me today is Dale Lucht, the president of the Sun City Car Club. Dale, the Car Club has a reason to celebrate. So please tell us about the recent award your club has received.
Yes, we received the award you see on the table here. It was presented by the Hilton Head Concours. It's called the Meredith Cron's Car Club Award, and it was presented last Saturday. Meredith has been a long-term volunteer, and it's to honor her 17 years of volunteering as well as the Car Club of the Year.
Now, the Concours certainly is a prestigious organization. So what does the award represent? What qualities in a club were they looking for?
They're looking for clubs that have supported the Concours through many years, both through contributing quality vehicles for the car show, volunteering at the car show, and promoting the car show. But even more than that, they look for organizations that are very active in their communities and support the communities where they reside.
So here we are among the members today of the Car Club, and we are celebrating the reception of the Car Club of the Year award. Now, awards like this don't just happen. This award represents the Car Club's legacy based on the experiences and the history of our veteran Car Club members and the influx of our new participants. Let's get some of that history though, Roger. What over the past evolution of 10 years of this club can you recall would account for the reception and recognition of the best Car Club of the Year?
Well, car inception was that they had a few people at Magnolia Hall parking lot and got together infrequently. And it evolved to now we meet every month. We're a full year-round club. We do community service. As a matter of fact, we sponsor the Sun City Meals on Wheels program to help one of those residents in our community. We have activities weekly, and the club has evolved to formal programs, and every member gets something out of it. So thank you very much, Sun City TV, for taking care of us.
Well, thank you and congratulations.
Still more to come. Our news crew was at the Wood Shop's open house and sale. Fire Marshal Joey Rowell talks about calling 911. And we visit the parish church of St. Helena Cemetery. We'll return after this brief break.
The November edition of Sports Done Right is going to be chock full of news about 4 or 5 clubs, their championships, their activities, and what they have planned for the future. But we're also going to do a profile of recent resident Joe Batista. So let's tune in the November Sports Done Right and pick up on all these great stories, and we'll see you then.
Sun City TV is keeping Doug as busy as possible. It keeps him out of trouble. And he and SCTV could use your help. We need those action shots and Kodak moments that happen every day here in Sun City. Since Doug can't be everywhere, think about when you're out on the courses, the courts, or the field, putting that phone to good use and snapping those shots of your favorite athletes. To get a TV-worthy shot, here's a quick TV camera lesson. Most importantly, hold your camera for a landscape, not portrait orientation. A good comparison to help you remember, think hamburger, not hot dog. Got it? To click it up a notch, here's some other hints. For a video, lock those elbows or stabilize against a solid surface. That way no viewers get motion sick. Pan slowly, that motion sickness thing. Shoot with your back to the sun and bright light. Check your background, frame your subject, and zoom with your feet, which means get closer. Then get those visuals ready to send to SCTV. Format those pictures and videos as MP4, MOV, JPG, JPEG, and HEIC. Send your photos and videos with a brief description of the event details and identify persons when possible. Email them to suncitytvhh@gmail.com and watch for your first TV photo credit.
Our news team was at the Woodworkers Guild annual open house and sidewalk sale on Saturday, November 2nd, and got to view the many handcrafted wood products. Let's watch the video. Well, I'm here with Tim Dryam, who's the president of the Woodworkers Guild. And Tim, you've got a big event going on here today. Tell us about it.
Yes, this is our annual open house and sidewalk sale. It's our opportunity to show off the things that all of our members do, along with just showing our shop off to the community.
And what are the various kinds of things that are up here for sale? I know it's not just plain woodworking, it's really intricate work.
Yes, we have everything from tables that have been made by our members to we have wind chimes that have been done this year that got glass in them, so that's a little bit of a different. We have our technology SIG stuff, which is all of our new computer-driven technology, and they're showing the different works that can be done with our laser engraver, our CNC router, and then even 3D printing this year. So we have a lot of different things in addition to just the typical cutting boards, bottle stoppers, bowls. And we have turning going on in the shop where they can buy bowls that our members have made.
Okay. I know you've got a lot of talent here, an amazing amount of woodworking stuff, and we're gonna take a tour and find out all about it.
Okay.
Hope you sell a lot.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. It's one of our big days, and we're looking forward to the community coming in and using this as our holiday shopping place.
Oh, you've got a beautiful, beautiful day for it.
Yes, we do.
Good
Yes, we
luck.
do. Thank you.
Do you know what happens when you call 911? Well, Fire Marshal Joey Rowell tells us.
Joey, thanks for being here again today. Now, if a Sun City resident calls 911, what can they expect?
So if anyone in Sun City dials 911, someone is coming, law enforcement, fire, or EMS. The thing with Sun City is Sun City is kind of broken up into 2 counties and inside of 1 municipality. And if on the one side, if you dial 911, you're going to get a Bluffton Fire Engine and a Beaufort County EMS if you have an emergency over there, as well as Beaufort County Sheriff's Office. On the Jasper County, City of Hardyville side, if you dial 911, you will get a Hardyville Fire Engine. Potentially, you'll get a Hardyville ambulance, or if our ambulance is out, a Jasper County ambulance will be coming as well. The beauty of it is we have agreements with all the other departments. If a fire or other emergency were to occur, we all show up together. So what I mean by that is if we have a fire in the northern part of Sun City, you may see a Hardyville fire truck, a Jasper County fire truck, you may see a Bluffton fire truck, all there together working as one team to extinguish and help each other there. There are a few things that you can definitely help us with, making sure that your address is visible, making sure that if you live in some of the construction areas, that if you are experiencing folks that are blocking up the roadways, please call your security company and have them park on one side of the road. It does slow us down with our response times. And it's one of those things, you dial 911, emergency services are here to help. They may be red and white, they may be red and black, but the patch doesn't matter, we're coming to help you.
Nearby Beaufort has a colorful 500-year history. Learn more by taking a walking tour, carriage tour, or golf cart tour in downtown Beaufort. Our reporter Carol Fox recently spoke with a local guide at the parish church and churchyard of St. Helena.
One thing that fascinates us so much about the Lowcountry is its rich history. And today we're in downtown Beaufort with Janet Matlock, who knows more about the history of this charming town than anyone I know. Janet, would you please tell us a bit about the history of the Parish Church of St. Helena and its churchyard?
I'd be delighted to. Great to see you again, by the way. This church was started wait a minute. Let's get back to the town. The town was started in 1711. The church was started in 1712. Bricks around this churchyard are the ballast of ships that came over from England. And the churchyard, the first grave was put here in 1724 when the first church was placed here. This is the final church we have here of 1842. We did do an improvement in 1819. So it's had 3 layers of growth in here.
Janet, I've heard that there are both Revolutionary War and Civil War soldiers buried in this graveyard. Is that true?
It certainly is. Why don't we start with the Revolutionary War? I don't know if you realize this, but South Carolina had more Revolutionary War battles than any other state of our Union. South Carolina has 46 counties. There were battles in 44 out of 46 counties. And we had a battle here, the Battle of Grays Hill. It's up there on Highway 21, just past the Marine Corps Air Station. And there was a battle, and the most popular guy in Beaufort was killed. The soldiers were so upset, the next day they went out and killed the 2 British officers. They left them there to die, but the parishioners said everyone deserves a Christian burial. So they went out there and grabbed those bodies and brought them back here, and they're buried here at our church. And this is the killer here. The man that they murdered is buried in this churchyard also. His last name is Wilkins. Now, you wanted to talk about Civil War, too? All right. There are 53 Civil War soldiers buried here in this churchyard. You can identify them quite easily. We use the original Confederate flag with the 7 stars for the 7 original Confederate states to mark their graves.
Still much more ahead on Sun City News. Rich Holman's here with an entertainment report. Georgia Lash attended the recent NRC meeting. And Doug Wright has sports to talk about. So make sure you come on back.
Think of our show extra like wearing stretchy pants on Thanksgiving Day. We have more room for you to enjoy what we're dishing up. In November's episode, you'll be served expanded coverage of recently broadcast features from Sun City TV.
And mindful of Thanksgiving this month, we're grateful to bring you stories from our Coin Club and Travel Club.
We're serving up second helpings of some of the Life Under the Sun events we recorded.
Cable viewers, please check our program listings on the Sun City website, and most conveniently, you can always catch us on our YouTube station, where we invite you to subscribe for easy viewing. Happy Thanksgiving!
Tune in to the November edition of In Our Neighborhoods. This month we have Heritage Oak Place's tailgate party. Then there was Whispering Oak's silent auction.
Right, Boris 12 win back. Nice one. Here we go. Arnie for $9.
That's followed by Hampton Village's Oktoberfest. And lastly, there's Blue Heron Village's Sadie Hawkins Dance.
Now let's head over to Rich Holman for some entertainment news.
Thanks, Norma. All right. What's coming up? Coming up on December 2nd at 7 and December 3rd at 2 in Magnolia Hall, If. If is the story of a young girl who, after going through a difficult experience, begins to see everyone's imaginary friends as their real-life friends have grown. This is a free event, and FYI, this film is animated. On Wednesday, December 4th, mark your calendars to be at Pavilion for Sun City's annual tree lighting ceremony. This free event will start with light refreshments and music at 4 at the Pavilion with caroling by the Sun City Singers. The tree will be lit about 5:30 by the bocce ball courts. Come on out and join your neighbors and get that Christmas spirit going. On Friday, December 9th, Gin and Jazz Night at Pinckney Hall kicks off with Doors and Cash Bar at 6, music starting at 7. Capacity is 256 and tickets are $18. Another way to get that Christmas spirit going. And on December 9th and 10th, this one being at Magnolia Hall, Married to Broadway. Ron Sharp and Barbara Russell return by popular demand, sharing their love of Broadway as they perform show-stopping numbers that are audience favorites around the world. From Phantom of the Opera to West Side Story, Cats to Fiddler on the Roof. Tickets are just $35 and can be purchased online or at Lifestyle Services. Both shows start at 7. And just in time for the holiday, Make It and Take It, a beautiful holiday ornament. Artists Melissa and Helen will guide you with step-by-step instructions on how to make a festive Hollywood wooded door knocker. Enjoy some fun as a group create this beautiful decoration to hang for the holiday season. The cost is just $52 and tickets can be purchased at Lifestyle Services or online. Now, how about a little fun on the island? Opening December 29th and playing for 2 weekends, Main Stage Community Theater presents a 1940s radio Christmas carol. This is a really fun show about a radio company during the golden age of radio as they prepare for its Christmas production of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. This heartwarming and humorous show captures the spirit of the holidays with lively performances, classic carols, and just a touch of holiday chaos. Again, this show plays Friday and Saturday nights, November 29th and 30th, and December 6th and 7th at 7. Sundays, December 1st and 8th at 2 o'clock. All shows will be performed at the Coligny Theater at Coligny Plaza. Check this one out. I think this one is going to be a lot of fun. That's it. Get up, get out, and enjoy yourself. Norma, back to you.
Stephen Combs, Public Information Officer of the Bluffton Fire Department, recently addressed our neighborhood representatives. Our SCTV crew was there.
Sun City appreciates the presence of the Bluffton Fire Department, and we also appreciate the educational efforts you provide for us. So in that regard, what are key elements that we should all walk away with, that we should all be aware of to stay fire safe?
Well, you know, there's so many residents that live in the Sun City community, and the important thing that you need to know is smoke alarms are your friend. We only have anywhere from 2 to 3 minutes to get out in the event that there's a fire, and so working smoke alarms are critical.
And I know even if it's chirping, it can be annoying, but we need to pay attention. Now, the holidays are approaching, and often that seems to bring some increased risks depending on people's habits and traditions. What should we be aware of?
Candles are not your friend. You know, a lot of people like to use candles during the holidays. They forget that they've lit them. They walk away from them. I would just highly encourage people consider maybe using some LED lighting. You can get the same type of environmental effect without having to worry about the fire safety.
Now, I know that the fire department is continuing to make ways for us to make your job easier, having information sheets and things that are available. Tell us, are some of the resources that are available to us on the website or other that really are important for us?
Sure. So one of the things that I think is most important for your viewers is CPR, knowing how to do cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Also knowing where your automated external defibrillators are, your AEDs. Wherever you go, whether you're here at the town center or if you're out at the pickleball courts, softball field, you need to know where those AEDs are located, because the quicker that we can get good quality chest compressions and AEDs, that will increase the survivability of somebody who experiences sudden cardiac arrest.
And I noticed on the website there's availability to have classes scheduled and things like that. So you're doing so much for us. I'm going to ask you one more thing, though. What's the update on Station 39, which is our prospective on-site fire station?
Well, I knew you were going to ask me that question. The great thing is it's in process. Ground has not been broken on it. There were some engineering challenges that needed to be worked out with regarding to a sewer line or stormwater line that was underneath the property. So that's been worked out. They've begun the preliminary process of the architectural review. And so we're well on our way. We're hoping to see that open up sometime in 2025.
Well, that's coming soon,
yes,
2025. We thank you so much for the efforts that you and your entire department, I think you make us feel very safe, and I hope that we respond with being safe.
Thank you.
SCTV will be airing Stephen Combs' full presentation. Stay tuned for program details. Now here's Doug Wright with sports news.
As you well know, last Monday was Veterans Day, a day dedicated to those who served and their families, and a remembrance of sacrifice and loss. For the past 6 years, the Sun City Softball Club, under the guidance of organizer and past president Mitch Sachs, who is a Marine veteran, the club has hosted Veterans Day recognitions and exhibition softball games with all veteran rosters. This past Monday was no exception. Let's take a look. Well, Mitch Sachs, once again, you are the organizer of Veterans Day celebration. 3 softball games. Tell us about it and what's going to go on.
Well, again, this is the love for the veterans of all the players in Sun City. It's for the veterans in general, but it's nice to have all the players that are playing veterans, which is great. And it's for fun. They come out. Some of them are still in some of the playoffs, so they're not going to maybe play as hard as one, but that's fine. It's just for the camaraderie and everybody enjoying the day. Toys for Tots, already we've loaded 4 boxes, which is great. And, with all the free hot dogs and all that, that's good.
Well, listen, you got a lot going on, including a bake sale that the Women's Softball League is sponsoring. So we're going to wander around and catch a lot of the action, but want to thank you for doing this every year. This is your what?
6th. This is my 6th one. So from now on, the only main things that I'll be doing for the softball club will be doing my backpack buddies, 1-pitch tournaments, and the veterans. So I want to keep that going and make sure that it's done the right way.
Okay, well, we appreciate it, Mitch, and have a great day.
Thank you very much.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight.
Yeah.
And we're looking at the free hot dogs go flying on out of here. And it looks like we got a line of about almost, I would say, 75, maybe 100 people. And they've been eating hot dogs all morning anyway, so this is really a successful event. Many, many thanks to all who participated and organized. Now, please stow your electronics. Get that body in motion. Doug Wright, Sun City Sports.
To view expanded coverage of sports news, check out Doug's monthly show, Sports Done Right. Well, that's our news for this week. Thank you for watching. Catch us on cable and on our YouTube station, where we invite you to hit like and subscribe. To see expanded coverage of some of our SCTV stories, tune in to our monthly show, Extra. For questions and comments, email us at suncitytvhh@gmail.com. But make sure you check in with us next week for all the news that's in your neighborhood. For Sun City News, I'm Norma Taylor.